industry today. And coming this summer, they'll be adding some new hardcore VR animated porn scenes onto the site as well. So check out dukeshardcorehoney's.com. You won't be disappointed. That's dukeshardcorehoney's.com.
Want to look hot? Want to make them stare? Skyhawk After Dark apparel is your ticket to turning heads and breaking necks. Bold tees, sweatshirts, and hats that show off your attitude, your style, and your sense of humor. Want something that stands out? Wear what's hot right now. Custom tees featuring today's sexiest performers. It's the only way to show the world who's really on your mind. Skyhawk After Dark.
You know what?
Because you're too damn good to blend in.
You know what? I'm so confused. There's so many porn scenes to watch, but how do I know where and what to watch? I mean, I only want the best stuff out there.
James, don't worry. It's all at the mall.sexy. There's more than just shopping here. There's movies, adult star profiles, and much more. Plus, you can hear what you must watch.
Hey everybody, it's James Bartolet, and welcome once again to another episode of Inside the Industry with James Bartolet. Great show for you tonight. Two incredible legends. If you look up legend in Wikipedia, you would see these two people here with us tonight. First of all, she's the apple of everybody's eye, and everybody loves her. And she was in the big movie that won all the awards at AVN and XBiz back in January for a movie called American Milfy. The lovely Christy Canyon is back. Let's hear it for Christy Canyon.
Everyone loves me.
Everybody
I know
loves
a few people
you.
that don't.
We won't go there. We won't go there. Also on our show, we are so happy to finally have this gentleman on. I have been friends with him for, good God, 18, 20 years now. He's been in the industry for 28 years, won numerous awards, and it's still, on this day, he just shot earlier today for Jules Jordan. He is now also a director for a brand new line for Sex Like Real, which is a wonderful company. This man is a legend. The women love him. The men idolize him. And we are honored to have the legendary Mr. John Strong here with us tonight.
And can I say, after all these years, decades, first time we've ever met.
Yes.
And then later tonight we're gonna go fuck. Don't you love porn?
You're doing, I got this thing all set up. You guys are going to be working the scene together.
Yes. Matchmaker.
Matchmaker, make me a match. Catch me some STDs, make me
No STDs.
Matchmaker, make sure they got a test and do some content tonight.
Content trade.
Content trade, but you're going to also be doing some mainstream shoots, we hope. We'll get that all set up. This is a woman that you want to have back. I told somebody earlier today that Christy Canyon was doing these scenes, and they said, oh my God, I thought she was...
She's still alive?
No, they didn't say it that way. They said, I thought she was just doing stuff with Ginger.
I used to steal my grandpa's videos.
Oy vey. But I said, yes, Christy is back. It just like the Rolling Stones, just like Cher, they keep coming back.
Can't get rid of me.
No.
Because John was like, what hobbies do you have? I'm like, none. I mean, I have no other talent except a little cocksucking.
Oh, you've got talent. Look at the wonderful job you did decorating this beautiful condo you've got.
Okay, I had a decorator.
Oh, all right.
Anyway.
So in other words, you did it yourself. Yeah, okay.
I don't really, but no. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Welcome.
What's our number?
Our phone number to call in is 818-231-2580. Sandra Lubrech, who is supposed to be on with us tonight, again, she got the traffic like from hell, and she just got exasperated and turned around and went back home because she was on a slow Uber, couldn't get her way over here, but she's going to call in just a few minutes. But we are also taking your calls at area code 818-231-2580. I've got some information about our wonderful friend T.S. Jessica Fox is having some surgery done, and she has opened up a FundMe page, not GoFundMe, but she has set up a FundMe page, which I'll give information to you guys about that so you can help out Jessica Fox. We also have the Mall.Sexy's What You Want to Know segment, and that's the latest movies that you could watch at the Mall.Sexy. And of course, we've got a lot of industry news, and again, we're taking your phone calls, 818-231-2580. Yes, raising your hand.
Okay, you said the mall.sexy.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not the mall.com?
No, it's the Mall.Sexy.
I never knew that.
How many times have you been on the show? The spots are on there all the time.
Sometimes it goes in one ear, now
It goes in one ear and out. Look at it, the hair blows on the other side.
I never knew. I thought it had to end in like org or net.
No,
or
watch
com.
this. Here.
Blow some information
this
out
is how,
this ear, 'cause
This
I
is
need
how
to
you do
free
this.
up.
You go, hello. Hello.
Did you say something?
All right, tonight I made a version of a pasta bolognese, which is with the bolognese means with the meat sauce.
It's so good.
Isn't it delicious? So there's mushrooms in there, caramelized onions, garlic, fresh tomatoes that I grow upstairs, which I'm getting you a tomato plant for your balcony.
Okay. I will take a tomato plant.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to ask, whatever happened to the James Bartlett cookbook from 3 years ago?
Still haven't got a chance to do that because I've been so busy with all the other things.
One day we'll get around to it.
But I do want to again welcome all of our new viewers on YouTube. We are now live on YouTube every Wednesday.
Excellent. Good for you, James.
And all of our viewers on our Roku TV site, on InsideTheIndustry.net, and of course, all of our devoted fans over there on the Facebook. On the Facebook, I'm like, Anyway, so
Christy
John.
Canyon is not on Facebook. There's a few fakes out there.
Yes, watch out for that.
And I don't need $20 because my grandma died.
Yes.
Don't send money.
That's how you know it's not her, because they wouldn't, Christy would not ask for money. And neither would John, and neither would me or Sandra or anybody, these guests that come on the show. John Strong.
Yes, sir.
You started in the industry 28 years ago, but here in the United States.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Come in a little closer to the mic there, kiddo.
Come here.
Yes.
Yeah, bring that mic close to you there. You're going to be working with her. Don't worry, she's tested. Okay.
I'm not tested. I will be,
You will be. Okay.
but I've been fucking civilian dick.
You still should get tested for that.
We did before we said. Anyway, go on.
Okay,
But I
anyways.
will, for our sake.
Now, John,
Yes.
it's interesting because you came out from Europe and your first scenes were out over here, but then you did scenes over in Europe.
Yes. True.
Why? Now, how is that?
It was actually pretty good. I had a lot of fun doing both here and Europe.
Yeah.
So it
Now-
was a little different, working out there, but also fun.
Don't a lot of companies go to Europe to
Yes.
shoot? It's not unheard of. I mean,
Yeah.
Prague and
Budapest,
Budapest.
Germany.
Germany, yep.
They go all
Spain,
over.
yep.
John,
England.
John Strong. Who has the bigger porn hub out there in Europe? Is it Budapest Or is it Hungary or well, Budapest? Hungary, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? It trades off between Budapest and Prague, I would say.
Prague.
So at this point, probably Prague.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, it was Budapest, then Prague. So it's like those two are the main two cities.
I had a fan who wrote me this afternoon that heard you were going to be on here, and he said, "Why is it that the European male stars are better fucks than the American equivalents?" And I go, "That's a strange question to notice."
You know what? I don't know. Maybe it's because we're more passionate.
Ah, good.
I don't know.
Have you heard that before as well?
I have, yes.
Okay.
I definitely have.
And they have that stamina, and they're like, you know, beer cans. The thickness of it. Yeah.
Don't scare me.
You did Dread a couple of months ago. Don't
year
worry,
ago.
you're ready. Yeah.
Okay, but see, that was
Here's
my.
Christy. Ah!
Okay, I've been with a few guys in my time, right?
Yeah.
Couple thousand. Anyway, that was the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life.
Well, where do you get a load of him? That's like the space shuttle trying to do the drive-through at McDonald's. It's
Are you
crazy.
calling me McDonald's?
Yeah. That's a fast pussy there, yeah. No, John, you have really been, you have made a name for yourself as a top man, and we will get to that in a second, but we're going to take this call. Hello, caller. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Hi, it's Sandra Luberc.
Yay! It's Sandra!
Sandra, we
Hey,
wish
Sandra.
you were here with us.
I'm so sorry. First of all, hello, everyone who is there.
Hello, hello.
Thank
It's
you.
John Strong and Christy Canyon.
And James Bartley happened to come by.
Oh, John Strong, I know you very well.
Yes, I know you very well
So,
too.
Christian, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry I didn't see you, so I hope I meet you soon.
You know what? It happens. And the traffic in LA is definitely worse than it used to be.
Yeah, it's
I know. I was
get it.
so sad.
But that's okay. You're here. Where are you? Did you just go back home with the traffic?
No, I just stay at home. I still rested, so.
I don't blame you. Did you work today?
Now I do talent test today. You know, it's important, so.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yep.
we're shooting together on Friday.
For a production or
Yes.
OnlyFans?
We're doing our own thing.
Okay.
I'm bringing back the Sugar Daddy series.
Good for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So Sandra is my sugar baby. Yeah, she loves that. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So, but now Sandra, you took some time off from your career, and now you're making this comeback now. You're with 101 Modeling. Very good. And I got to tell you, she looks great. John, I sent you some pictures of
Yeah,
her.
she does. She always look great, but she
Yeah.
looks really good.
Oh, I mean.
Thank you.
Ooh la la. This woman is so gorgeous.
Now, Sandra, this is Christy.
Yeah.
Not John. It's
Yeah.
certainly not James. It's Christy over here. How long, because I don't think that we've ever met. How long have you been in the business?
I'm around 12 years.
12 years. Okay.
Yeah.
And now the guy said that, you changed a little bit, because I've been in this business a little bit longer than you. And we just go through different stages. I mean, once I was a blonde and you're a brunette, or like, you just, in life, you change, try different things. What did you do to change?
Before I try and understand what kind of style I like more.
Right.
And now I'm blonde. Before I was brunette, red hair. Sometimes I make my ex-agent in Russia heart attack because one time I shaved one side of my head. It happens, yes.
Okay. And it's
Whoa.
fun. Now, I noticed when I went from brunette to blonde, fans, that's when dancing in strip clubs was huge. And they were mad. They're like, oh, no, you can't be blonde. You have to go back to brunette.
it's so weird because Europe loved me when I'm brunette, but in United States, when I say, can I be brunette, people's like, no, you blonde is perfect. So I think blonde good for me too.
Okay.
Now, John, the guys, we don't change our hair or anything, the color.
No, not really.
No, yeah.
The only guy that I could think of that ever really changed his hair was Tom Byron, super male porn star in
Right.
the 80s and
Yeah.
90s. And he was always like very clean cut, kind of like a little college kid. And then I remember seeing him on a Vivid set in the early 90s, and his hair was down to his waist, and it was curly, and I was like, what? That's probably the most drastic I ever saw a guy in my decades in the business ever change was Tom Byron.
Wow.
Yeah, that was about
Oh.
it. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
isn't he?
yeah.
Do
Now-
you remember
Yeah.
that period where he
Yes.
went like?
Yeah.
Sandra,
yeah.
you and John
Yeah.
worked together in Europe or the United States?
In Europe, in Russia, in St. Petersburg, right, John?
Yes, first time we met, yes, was over there. And
Oh
then-
my God, it was for
In
Donna
Russia, you
or
guys shot
Kiki.
porn.
Yes, in St. Petersburg, yeah.
Now I always heard
Whoa.
that it was illegal to shoot porn in Russia.
Well, it is now.
It's not
really?
legal.
No, it wasn't illegal.
Oh, see,
No,
it's
there were
that
studios there, yeah.
propaganda
Yeah.
fake news.
It was state funded. Yeah.
I hope we don't have a drama after
DVD or
that.
VHS. Or the DVD or VHS, and it came with a bottle of vodka and lube.
How you know about us?
So, are you from Russia as well, Sandra?
Yeah, I'm from Russia,
Okay.
and I lived here around 9 years. Yeah.
That's okay. Is it hard to make the transition to America? Because I remember in the 90s, again, VCA had a few Russian girls, and they every 3 months they'd have to go back home.
Yes.
It was harder
Yeah.
for the Russians to come. I don't know about other countries, but I remember there's some
You know-
Now, when she
Russians.
says Russians to come, not coming, ejaculating.
Both.
To come out.
They have to come here
Am
to
I right?
come on video. But it was a lot tougher for, Russian girls to come here and do porn in the
And they're
90s.
sexy
And I
as
don't know
shit.
if it was because they
Ooh.
were doing porn, but it was just harder to come here.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I'm legal here. I pay my taxes, so everything is fine.
Okay.
I wasn't even going there. I
Well,
don't
we,
even-
we have to do
Why?
that
No one
disclaimer.
else does.
We have to do that disclaimer so ICE doesn't come after her. Yeah.
So, I make visa first time. It was 2014. I came to LA 2014 first time. And I didn't speak English before. Like now I can speak a little bit better. So I can communicate, talk, But before, when I started talk about United States, all European people told me like, oh, it's not possible. It's hard. It's like too many will be troubles. But, for me, it was super easy. I just go to American consul in Moscow and it was easy to make for me visa. I don't know. It was,
Whatever
people
it was,
talk
you
like,
worked
oh,
it
it's so
out.
hard. But for me, it was super easy, everything.
John, same question for you, my friend. Was it difficult getting over here to the United States back then?
I wouldn't say it was difficult. It wasn't like super easy, but it wasn't super difficult. I mean, if you wanted to get over here, you could. You could definitely get a visa, and that was it.
Yeah.
Nikita. Wasn't
And they-
that the
and-
name
and-
of a Russian girl in the 90s?
Yes,
From
and
Nikita?
I remember her. the
She
VCA
had-
girl.
Yes.
Yeah, worked
She
with her.
had an American
I
Express
remember
and a visa. I remember that.
Yeah.
Because we went to lunch.
I forgot.
Yes.
Does your mind ever just like something comes out of left field? You're like, Nikita, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Nikita was, she
Yeah,
was
there
a
were couple
big
of
name.
girls,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they
But there were
definitely-
several girls.
Nikita
that
Bellucci?
What? Nikita's Coochie? What?
Bellucci.
Oh, Nikita Delucci.
Was that her last name?
Yes.
I didn't remember that.
Bellucci.
Delucci.
Now, what is porn like in not just Russia, but Europe versus the United States? Are there
was just gonna
different
ask that.
rules? Like, I saw a girl's video that she shot in Germany. I
And
forget
it was
the girl's
really
name.
extreme.
Water sports, and I'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, whoa. It was wild. Are they more lax on the rules in the Eastern
Yes.
European? Okay, they are.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Western European, but basically like in Germany, in Spain, all over, the rules are a lot more lax than they are here, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Now, Sandra, let me ask you a question, but I'm going to whisper because I don't want John to hear. Is he really good at pussy licking?
She said, is he good at pussy licking?
Oh yeah.
I'm like Garrett Morris on that
sure.
Saturday Night Live thing. Tonight's weather is... Okay.
That was a yes, I take it.
Yes, Sandra?
Of course, John Strong is the best for male star. Everybody know that, you know.
Oh.
Because we were like two ships passing in the night. Like I, in the late 90s, was quitting and he was just getting
Yeah.
in. So we didn't, but
Unfortunately, but
better late than never.
better late than never.
And you started in the 90s, John.
Yes,
Oh,
in the 90s,
wow.
yeah.
It is,
Oh yeah, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a dangerous moment in Russia, though.
wow.
So what are some of the other differences when it comes to sex versus the two areas? Like, what else do they allow?
Is it extreme? Is it passionate?
Well,
In Russia?
Mm-hmm. John, why don't you take that first?
Well, in Europe, I think, especially back like 20 years ago or more, it was more hardcore than it is now. Now I think
Yeah.
United States is catching up, pretty much because the laws here became a little more lax too.
Right.
Yeah.
And there used to be what was called gray areas before. In Europe, they didn't have that, so.
Wow.
You could shoot like more hardcore scenes and some other like fetishes and stuff like that. So that was the main difference between European porn and American porn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sandra, do you agree? Anything to add to that?
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
Now, what
When I do big like house gangbang here in the United States and talk about like Czech like legal porn, in Europe it's a little bit like hardcore porn.
Wow.
So for me, when I shoot here, like easy peasy, give me how many dick you want.
How many have you
Like-
taken in a gangbang? What's your top?
Special one time with me or
Just like
Oh,
I
shoot.
did a gangbang with 6 guys. That was the most guys that I took at once.
how many?
6.
6. How many was there? Let me.
Is that wimpy?
I think 6, 5 wasn't legal porn for sure.
And I didn't even do anal, so they had to get creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
You
had
have
two.
too many
They
options.
had 2 little guys fucking her ear like squirrel monkeys.
I mean, like hands, mouth, pussy, tits. I
They're
think
like
somebody was jerking.
porn
off.
version of Family Guy, and there was Stewie going, Brian, get me some more lube.
But so Sandra, what was the top amount of guys you've done? Because I've known girls that have done 500, the Houston 500.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like
Jasmine
6
Sinclair. Ooh.
That was a couple hundred. I mean,
Easily.
6 is like kindergarten.
And then when
at
I
that point.
picked her up from the scene, she was falling asleep in the car going, Tom, Dick, Harry. It's still going.
So how many did you do in your most of a gangbang?
12.
No. Actually, I never do like more than 6, I think.
Okay.
15?
6. No, 6, I think.
6. Okay.
6.
6
Wow.
is a good amount. And then recently on the news, didn't some girl do like 100 and then cried about it?
Yeah, she did 100. And she
I
cried
hear
about it for
that.
the publicity.
And then she was going to do 500.
And then she started a GoFundMe page to reconstruct her
Who
pussy
did
and her ass.
500?
I don't believe that.
No, because her ass and pussy were so stretched out. How stretched out was it, James? It was so stretched out that Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass designated her asshole and vagina as 2 sites for the Olympic Games in 4
Oh, I thought it
years.
was going to be
Oh my
a
God.
homo encampment.
Oh my God.
No, they're doing the cycling in there and the archery event are taking place in her pussy and her ass. So it's a nice thing she's giving back. You know. That's what
Well,
I
we
heard.
can make her meet tourists for Olympic then.
Nah, no.
Oh my god.
All right, new project you want to plug, Sandra?
Right now?
Yes.
Or next year.
I don't have any project right now for tell you guys.
Okay, but new OnlyFans and new content scenes coming up.
With you after when I will.
Yes, on Friday, yes. But, and then hopefully John will be able to bring her in for Sex Like Real.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, please.
And Sex
Talk to our
Like
head of production.
Real, from what you told me,
And
is like
Christy's coming
virtual
on there.
reality.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a virtual reality.
Okay.
And Christy, I don't
Oh,
think you've
let's
done a
talk
VR.
together.
I've never done a VR.
And so it's John's penis, and then the camera's like right over your head, correct, John?
Yeah, the camera is like pretty much right in front of my face.
Okay.
And,
Looking down on the woman.
well, it's 180-degree lens, so it pretty much catches everything.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
Like, you can almost see everything behind you. Like,
I'm so glad that you are considering putting the legendary Christy Canyon on there, because this woman is a hell of a great performer. I mean,
Oh my god!
I know,
But
she's awesome.
you know what?
And
I
beautiful.
told him what my things were. You know what I wanted. So we'll see. Here's the thing: if it works out, great. If not, we're still going to do a scene for our OnlyFans.
take it from
Yes.
Uncle James. It's worth it.
I absolutely agree. So, you know, we'll see what our head of production says.
Yeah.
No, but if not, we're doing a scene.
We're
and
doing a
that's
scene
worth
anyway.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you've done some content with some pretty big, famous name guys: Danny Mountain, Dredd,
Karen
Godzilla,
Lee. Not
Karen?
Godzilla. I don't know who that is. Karen Lee.
Brickzilla.
I think. Oh, you know who? One of the greatest lovers, Isaiah Maxwell.
Yes,
He's
isn't
a
he
good
wonderful?
guy. Yes, he's just amazing. That's the thing, though. I only do it like every 2 or 3 months, and I just pick and choose. And you know what? It's just
Don't you
that's
love it?
my hobby. You asked me what my hobby
you go.
was: shooting content.
Shooting content for
a
money.
great hobby.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. No, I love shooting scenes, but I like it, and it's fun because it's on my terms. I get to pick who I want.
Yeah.
You know, they have to eat my, you know what? Like, I go old school, like going down on him.
Oh.
He goes
Yeah.
down on me, then, you know, that kind of thing. Because that's how I grew up.
We
Like,
send out for takeaway, you know, takeout, you know, just sit down, relax, have some chow mein, go back to the fucking, maybe get some
Can I
vodka.
ask Christy a question?
Yes, ask a question.
How different porn when you start do porn, like now and before? You feel something different or same?
Oh, that's a good question for both of you. Please answer her.
I'll let Christy go.
I think it was different. First of all, it was in the 90s a very small talent pool. It was, I mean, there was no internet. You know, it came in the late 90s.
But there was Final Net on every set because the girls had hair.
Aquanet.
Aquanet, thank you, Aquanet. Because
Yes.
the girls had hair like this. It looked like Fran Drescher as the nanny.
That
It was
was
just all
more the
teased up.
80s.
What?
It started like kind of getting a little slicker in the 90s. So there was a very small talent pool, Sandra. You knew everybody in the business. It was so close knit. The girls, there were 2 or 3 companies, the top companies that had contract stars.
Vivid is one.
Vivid, who I was with, VCA, and
PCA.
who was the other one? Was it
I want to say Adam and Eve, but I think it was Red Light District
maybe
That was
them?
or Elegant Angel.
Or there was somebody else, Sin City.
Sin City. Oi,
They
Faye.
had
I'm
contracts.
sorry, I
I hear
forgot.
about some things.
And that was where, like, you shot every other month. Some of us, not everybody got royalties because you actually had units that were sold, you know.
Yes.
It was definitely more family, if you ask me. And I like that. I like the closeness of it.
And you're still close with a lot of those gals.
Yeah.
Didn't you just get together and do a slumber party with Ginger and Ruby?
I love Ruby Lynn and Ginger Lynn, of course, yeah. But Ruby Lynn is more of the new era. She's only been in 3 to 5 years, something
Has
like
it
that.
really been that short of a
Yes.
time?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
But I love her. But that's the difference, in my opinion. It's just so many. And also, back in the day, before internet, you didn't have these different outlets to make incomes. You didn't have the OnlyFans. You didn't have camming sites. You made your money going to a bookstore and signing, like a bookstore, not like Barnes and Noble, like Dirty John's dropping loads or whatever. Like, you went and you signed
Dirty
Polaroid.
John's dropping loads.
I don't know,
Oh my God.
because people are like, oh, like
Circus of books.
signed up Barnes and Noble. I'm like, no, it was called the Lay Sex Shop.
Yeah.
Like you'd go in to sign your 8x10s and videos, and you'd sell Polaroids, and in the background you'd hear, because they have the token booths where you put the little token in to watch porn, and then
And that has to be the worst job in America, is the guy that had the job with the mop to come up and clean up all this stuff. How did they get the semen on the ceiling? Oy!
and it always smelled like Lysol inside.
Oh,
Bleach.
God, yes.
So you had bookstores, films, and then dancing on the road at strip clubs, and we would do 24 shows every week.
Wow.
Now the girl, I think, does.
It brings a lot of money, I'm sorry, right?
It was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good, yeah. It was. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
So that's to the difference too, and then we had snail mail fan clubs. So it was just a different era, of course. But I love this era too. You just,
You got to adjust.
shit changes over the years, So yeah, you just have to. Okay, this is the new way. Let's do this. Let's open up an OnlyFans and the Loyal Fans and Sex Panther and all these great avenues. The other difference is in the '90s. Sandra's like, fuck, why'd I ask that bitch that question? The other difference is, let's say you did a film for 3 days, 5 days, whatever, or you went dancing on the road for 6 days. Then you came home and you didn't work. You got to go to the beach. You didn't have to worry about your fucking phone and did I update this and did I edit this and you had time
Amen.
off. You
Yeah.
recharged.
How they book you before?
What's sweetheart?
Like how they book you before? They send you like a call to you, the like regular phone.
Well,
Or
back
how
then
they
we just
book
had
you.
pagers.
Yeah.
We didn't have the cell phones.
Right.
So you
Pager.
got off. We got off a set, and we're coming down off Mulholland, and then the beeper goes off.
Yeah.
We pulled over to the side of the road to a little thing. Kids, it was called a telephone back then.
Payphone.
Yeah.
A payphone.
You had a pocket of dimes at any given moment, kid.
And then you called up Jim South office, and they go, "Okay, well, we need you over this
Yeah.
on this other scene with this other person, another person, and this thing." So you went off to the other thing. You remember those
Oh, of
days,
course.
John?
How you do talent test?
The testing was cheaper too.
They had no testing in the 90s.
No, they didn't have.
Yeah.
I think it came in the late 90s.
Late 90s, yes.
And
Late
you went,
90s, early
No
2000s.
talent test.
Oh
No.
no, there was one place.
AIM.
It was called AIM. It was on Van Nuys Boulevard, kitty corner across from Jim South's old office on Van Nuys.
Right.
There was
And-
another one in Culver City.
Oh, was
Yes,
there?
that's
Yeah,
right.
Elena Craig. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember that one.
That one,
But
yeah.
the testing was only like $25-$40.
But it
tops.
only tested HIV.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Only
it was
HIV.
Yep.
the test was good for 30 days.
Yes.
Now you pay.
30 days.
30 days, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
so now you have
God.
to swab and do all of this. So the total comes
Swab
to
in your
200
mouth and your butt, just
And
to
your
let
butt.
you know.
Ah,
That was fun the first time.
So that's tipping the scales at around 240 every 2 weeks.
it's not 3.
Yeah, close to 300.
It's
yeah.
crazy
Yeah,
expensive.
Yeah,
So it's
300. I
600
did
a month.
today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is nuts. It was just, in fact, when I was with Vivid in the 90s, it was condom mandatory. Mm-hmm. All the guys had
John,
to wear
would you?
condoms.
Let's talk about that, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About what? Condoms?
The condoms. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some condom scenes for companies. Wicked was all condom
Yeah,
only.
you're right,
yes.
you're right.
Yeah, back then I've done plenty of condom scenes, yes.
Now, that was prevalent, John Strong, at the beginning of your career? Like mandatory, every scene was condom?
Yeah,
Well, it depends
interesting.
who you worked for.
Wicked and Vivid I think that was it.
Yes, and I think VCA was like
Yeah. They were kind of.
they were condom too. Mainly those like companies were condom.
But then
Yeah.
you pulled it off at the end to do the pop shot on the girl's
course.
face
Yes.
or ass or something.
Yes.
They'd like
yes.
pan up to me playing with my boobs as he pulled it off, and then he'd shoot his.
How
load
did you
on
do
my
that
boobs.
again?
They panned up to me playing with my boobs as he pulled it off and then shot his
As
load.
John and I are sitting here like Beavis and Butthead going, hey, 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 look at her tits.
Can I ask a question to John?
Yes.
How you feel it's like now it's male talent, same like female talent, like I mean payment, everything. Because before I remember when I started porn in Europe, it always was important female porn girl than male talent, you know, payments or something like that. I mean.
What was that?
So you say that the women, it was focused more on the woman?
Like that time, yeah. It's like right now I feel like mainly male stars, right? Like
Well, it's still
nominate.
predominantly. I think the people, it's all focused on the woman. And John, being a director now, sir, it's all concentrated on the woman.
Well, yeah,
because-
it's always, I think, concentrated on a woman.
Yeah.
Which, you know, the woman is the star. But I think what Sandra's trying to say is that there are a lot more male talent now than there used to be.
Oh, God.
Before, yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah, thank
Back
you,
in the
John.
90s and 80s, there were a handful of guys
Right.
that were pretty much like in all the movies that could pull it off.
Don't forget, back
yes.
in the 80s and 90s as well, why was there only a handful? Oh, because there was no Viagra.
Yep.
So you got Peter North and T.T. Boy and Stephen St. Croix. They were doing 2 scenes a day without any medical help. It took a lot. I worked with a few guys that were new and they couldn't get it up. You know, so they'd be like, fuck, get Peter North in here to stunt cock or Ron Jeremy to, you know, because it was, you had to get your fucking cock up without the help of any medical aid.
Yeah.
And now, like,
now-
I did a scene, I don't want to say anything else, but this performer apparently shot his dick up with something, and
Yeah.
you know,
Calvert
you
did.
couldn't do that back in the. You had to be a true cocksman.
You were pulled off the set if you were cheating and doing that. But now you've got guys that are 20, 21 years old, and they may be hung, but when they get on the set, for whatever reason, these guys cannot perform. So then they're popping pills,
Yeah.
and they're shooting up their dick, and they've got 2 munchkins standing underneath them holding up their dicks. Oompa loompa doobity doo. I'm gonna put this penis in you. You know, so they're doing this whole thing, right? And that's a shame. If you're 20, 21 years old, you have to shoot up your dick, you have to take pills. Go back to your old job at Home Depot because this is not the job for you.
Seriously, at that
Right?
age,
Am I right or wrong?
all the 21-year-olds I knew, they like the wind blew and their dick got hard.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that's
Right,
why
John?
there's more guys now because there's more medical help to get an erection.
Yeah.
Back in the day, if you couldn't get it up in front of 20 people on a set and the cameras and
Then-
noise,
then you shouldn't be doing this.
and
yeah.
they were one-hit wonders, not
Yeah.
even a hit.
Oh, yeah, no,
One dud wonders.
Yeah, I remember that. Like in like 2007 or so, there was a handful of these guys. They came in, they did the one movie, and then poof, they just disappeared. And where are they now? Okay, welcome
Yeah.
Jack in Box 3. Please drive through. Next. You know, they're gone. They're gone. I'm sorry to be an asshole, but that's the truth.
Well, in porn, you have to get
You
your
all
dick hard.
can't be John Strong. No, John
Yeah,
has
that's
a very
true.
blessed life.
Yes, I do.
Don't
No,
you
very
love
grateful.
it? What freedom it allows you?
Yes, absolutely. I'm very lucky, very
Yes.
fortunate, and love every moment of
What do you
my,
mean you're super lucky? You work so hard.
Yes. Thank you,
you.
Sandra.
But you know what they say?
What?
When you love what you do, you never go to work. Or some
True that.
expression
Yeah, if you
like
go
that.
if you go to work with a smile
True
on
that.
your face,
You know what? It's not
That's
work.
Absolutely, yeah,
That's a great
absolutely. I mean,
job.
sometimes, you know, of course, there are some, you know, certain sets or certain days which are harder than
Right,
others.
right.
But overall, for sure, it's
Yeah.
like it's a blessing. I mean, for me, because I love my job, and
yeah.
you know,
Very good. All right, kids.
No, I know, John. You always good to models. Like I remember you, even that we have sometimes crazy shots, but I think what he have now, he because work hard and be patient a lot.
Yes.
Yes, very good. All right, we're going to break away for a commercial. Sandra, my love, thank you for calling in, my dear.
Nice meeting you.
Nice
Good
to
hear
meet
from
you.
you,
Thank
Sandra.
you.
Take care.
All right, we'll talk to
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
We'll see you
Bye.
soon, honey. Bye.
honey.
Dos vidania. All right, I said that right, right? Dos vidania?
Yeah.
What does
Okay,
that mean?
good.
It means bye-bye.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, let's break away for a commercial, and we'll be back with what you want to know and
calls.
what you must watch, the news, and your calls, all after these special words. DukesHardcoreHoneys.com. You won't be disappointed. That's DukesHardcoreHoneys.com.
Want to look hot? Want to make them stare? Skyhawk After Dark apparel is your ticket to turning heads and breaking necks. Bold tees, sweatshirts, and hats that show off your attitude, your style, and your sense of humor. Want something that stands out? Wear what's hot right now. Custom tees featuring today's sexiest performers. It's the only way to show the world who's really on your mind. Skyhawk After Dark, because you're too damn good to blend in.
Ari, you know what? I'm so confused. There's so many porn scenes to watch, but how do I know where and what to watch? I mean, I only want the best stuff out there.
James, don't worry. It's all at the mall.sexy. There's more than just shopping here. There's movies, adult star profiles, and much more. Plus, you can hear what you must watch, updated every Wednesday on Inside the Industry Radio, every Wednesday night, and on the Inside the Industry Roku TV channel. You see, everything is there. Go check it out today, themall.sexy.
If you like your cartoons, comics, animated porn, and games that are hot, raw, and uncensored, well then check out DukesHardcoreHoneys.com. That's DukesHardcoreHoneys.com. You can see the sexiest erotic stories that feature curvy women, MILFs, busty teens, and well-hung studs. There's superhero porn, horror porn, and suspense porn, monster porn, and horny housewives. With hundreds of videos, games, and thousands of comics, you'll be guaranteed to come back and have a great time. Plus, check out the new Twisted Tales animation line, featuring the voice talents of some of the most popular stars in the adult entertainment industry today. And coming this summer, they'll be adding some new hardcore VR animated porn scenes onto the site as well. So check out DukesHardcoreHoneys.com. You won't be disappointed. That's DukesHardcoreHoneys.com.
Want to look hot? Want to make them stare? Skyhawk After Dark apparel is your ticket to turning heads and breaking necks. Bold tees, sweatshirts, and hats that show off your attitude, your style, and your sense of humor. Want something that stands out? Wear what's hot right now. Custom tees featuring today's sexiest performers. It's the only way to show the world who's really on your mind. Skyhawk After Dark, because you're too damn good to blend in.
Ari, you know what? I'm so confused. There's so many porn scenes to watch, but how do I know where and what to watch? I mean, I only want the best stuff out there.
James, don't worry. It's all at the mall.sexy. There's more than just shopping here. There's movies, adult star profiles, and much more. Plus, you can hear what you must watch, updated every Wednesday on Inside the Industry Radio, every Wednesday night, and on the Inside the Industry Roku TV channel. You see...
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Inside the Industry. I'm James Bartolet with our guests, Christy Canyon, John Strong.
Yay!
And then we just had the lovely Sandra Lubrech, who was calling in. Let me grab this.
Real quick while you're grabbing that,
Yeah.
what's our number? 818?
818-231-2580. Now, I know a lot of fans were trying to call in earlier. Try to call in now. Here is our news for tonight. Vixen Media Group launches Wifey, a groundbreaking look into the world of hot wifing. Vixen Media Group, the global leader in luxury adult entertainment, continues to push the boundaries of adult content with the launch of Wifey.com. Unlike traditional adult content, Wifey offers immersive documentary-style experience, giving audiences an unfiltered look at real-life couples living out their fantasies. Go and check them out. Wifey, WIFEY.com.
I say they're a great company.
Oh, yes,
And
ma'am,
they're so
they are.
innovative.
Yeah.
They really, they get like the whole Milfy series and Wifey, like they got their shit together.
They got their finger on the pulse, as
Yeah.
they say. Yeah. Adult Time is releasing their first Mommy's Boy feature film called The Fuck It List, starring Sadie Summers and an all-star cast, including our dear friend Rachel Cavalli. Go and check them out at adulttime.com. That's premiering tonight on the 19th. Cami Strella and Jade Valentine star in the latest release from New Sensations, directed by Paul Woodcrest, and the scene is called, I don't see the name of this, but it's on New Sensations. Go and check it out. This is an interesting piece of news I want to share with you guys. Our good friend Alexis Fox has teamed up with Huddle Brewing, HUDL, for Red-Headed Stepmother, an Irish red ale infused with coffee from the Star's HAF coffee brand.
She's been into coffee for a while.
I know, right?
She used to come on Vivid Radio and promote it 5 years pre-COVID, I think.
So now she's got this whole thing. She's going to be at a launch party at Corey's Fine Wine and Spirits in Las Vegas on the 22nd at 5 p.m. Huddle will also introduce a special edition stout dedicated to Fox called Got 115 Problems, but a MILF Ain't One. And check out more at half.coffee. All right, let's take a call. Hello, caller. Who's this and where are you calling from tonight?
Hi, it's Sleepy. I'm calling from Florida.
Is that Sweet Pea, did he say?
Pea. Yeah, Sweet Pea, your voice sounds different. Are you okay, baby?
I'm recovering from another surgery.
Another one? You just had a major surgery.
Yeah, this was a gallbladder.
Oh, baby,
Oh,
I hear it in
God,
your
gotta be
voice.
careful.
Now,
Yeah.
just to let John know, I've known Sweet Pea for 30 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He started out in my snail mail fan club, and then I met you for the first time at the Erotica LA that's now no longer there.
Yeah.
A convention, Erotica LA, and we all went to dinner. And then you used to come on Playboy Radio 20 years ago, and I was the first pair of jugs he ever touched.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
when she
Absolutely.
said come, he came. He actually did come. Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you.
And he's just a
Nice
good
to meet you as
man,
well.
a dear friend, you know, just
good
as
guy.
a real. And I think I gave
Get
you the
well
name
soon, Sweet
Sweet Pea and
Awesome, yeah.
on radio.
Thank
good
you.
guy.
Speedy
yeah.
recovery.
You don't sound like you're doing well, though, honey. I'm not gonna bullshit you.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit longer road for recovery.
Damn.
But you will recover. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
Yeah, gallbladders aren't that. Are they a huge to do? What does a gallbladder even do?
It is.
John was just saying you're smart. I don't even know what a gallbladder does.
Yeah, the gallbladder.
It's
Well,
near the liver.
yeah, it's near the liver. This is a show about porn, not about gallbladders.
Yes.
Well, we'll move on from that. But
we love
Sweet Pea, we
hearing you.
love you, and it's good to hear from you, buddy. And get well real soon.
Any
okay?
questions?
I was just wondering, I saw the top 5 countries in Europe. I think it goes France, Hungary, then Czech, then, what was it, France, I think, that are the top 4. And
Now,
porn
these are
stars
the
from
top
Europe,
countries that are what?
the top 4 that have porn stars in those countries.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an interesting list.
Yeah, good research.
Good research. Good research there.
Thank you.
Sweet Pea, we appreciate that. All right, my friend, thank you for calling in tonight.
And feel better,
Thank you.
honey.
Take care.
Feel better,
the best.
kiddo.
Appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye, buddy. Okay,
Bye.
moving
Take
back
care.
on to the news. Blah, blah, blah. Alexis Fox. Go and check out her new beverage that's coffee and, I guess, liquor.
Wait, where do you get it though?
You go to haf.coffee, and then you look for the Alexis Fox beverage on there. All
Good
right,
for her.
let's take another call.
Have you
They
fucked
hung
her?
up? Okay, folks, when you call
Alexis
in,
Fox.
please turn off your internet, or not turn off your internet, but turn down your computer or your television or whatever you have that you're watching us at right now, because you're going to get feedback, and then your phone is going to click off like what just happened to this person. Maybe not this person. Hello, caller. Who's this? Where you calling from? You got to turn down your fucking...
Hey, James, it's Jason.
Jason, how are you doing?
Hey, pretty good.
All right.
Who's Jason?
How,
He's one of
how,
our
are,
fans.
how are you doing, Christy and
John.
Hey, Jason.
John?
Doing excellent.
Now, make sure you get this down, because there will be a quiz at the end of the show. You can win a Subaru, so you must remember our guest's name and their birth dates.
Do they still make Subarus?
Yes, they do make Subarus. Yes, in Edison, New Jersey. Yeah.
You're awesome, James. You always make me laugh.
What's that?
You always make me laugh.
I do? Yeah, wait till you see my sex scenes. You'll be side-splitting.
That's what
Hey,
James said.
you remember when Tommy Pistol did that stage act at the ABN Awards with Alexis Texas?
Yeah, he did a little song and dance thing. Which
Yeah, that
he
was
he was
awesome.
brilliant doing that, but I was surprised they didn't ask me to do a song and dance thing first, because I mean, no, seriously, I was a professional dancer on stage back in the 70s
He
and 80s.
is so funny, Tommy Pistol,
No,
right?
he is. He's hilarious.
I love
Wonderful.
Tommy Pistol.
I don't know if you saw, was it called Deeper? I forget the title, the Ricky Greenwood for Digital Playground that I did. Tommy Pistol at about 2 a.m. made me laugh so hard. They're like, Christy, stop laughing. It's like, he's just
Wait a minute.
hysterical.
That was that you were thinking about when we did that that medical comedy, Love Emergency.
No, this was in
wasn't that
November
one?
when I worked for Ricky Greenwood.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
called Deeper.
No, that's the name of the company.
Is it? I don't know. The Hold Up. That's what it was called.
The Hold
Up.
Yeah.
He was so funny, that guy.
How funny was he?
He was so funny that I fucked about 10 takes because I couldn't stop laughing. That and I was punch drunk at 2 a.m. You know, like when you're just
You
exhausted.
do get like that. See, now, just a quick reference note for a lot of you kids out there watching and listening to the show right now. When we do these big features of these parodies, and I know you two will back me up on this, these things can go 8, 10, 12, 16, 18 hours.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
Minimum 12.
Yeah.
Because after 12, I think the crew gets maybe time and a half at some of the bigger companies.
I've done shows that were 26 hours long.
Wow.
Didn't go into the next day. We just went for, so everybody was sleeping on the sound stages and stuff like that, just waiting to do their scene. God bless you. So, I mean, that happened. Now, my son, you have a question for my guest tonight, yes?
Yes. Christy Canyon, you look very beautiful.
Doesn't
Thank you.
It's really good to see you with another adult film star that's been in the industry for a long time.
You know what? There are so few of us left. I mean, Ginger Lynn and myself, I think, are the only two that are still around from the 80s. And it's just every year it gets less and less.
And that's because they've been killing them all. Get rid of the
no one
competition.
has been doing. Oh, us? No.
See, now that was the plot for Saw XXX.
Okay, no.
Ron Jeremy's character was going around killing all the porn stars, so he'd be the only one left.
And you know what the greatest news, the greatest part is, Jason? Ginger and I still love this business. We don't have any bad memories. We have no, I was a victim and you know, like, it's been such a great business to me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
So,
It's so good to see you, Christy, with somebody in the adult film industry that's been in videos for like ever.
well, they did go to DVD, don't forget. They
Yeah.
started out in video and a couple betas.
and Laserdisc.
Those were the big ones that looked like an album, like a record. I think I've been through
I
every
have some
medium.
of my movies on Laserdisc in the other room. Yeah.
I never did 8mm, but I did films, I did beta, I did
Yeah.
VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, CD-ROMs for a minute
I
there.
did Master Beta.
Masturbate. And now, of course, internet stuff. So,
I'll go back even farther. I used to do cave etchings.
I think
When I
I was
started.
right
wow.
after that. I almost made the cave etchings. The flip
So,
books.
James,
Yeah.
I got one more question.
For John Strong, I hope, because this is our special guest tonight.
Okay.
Go ahead, go on. What's your question for John Strong?
So, what is your favorite movie you've ever done in the industry?
John Strong.
Oh,
what's your
that's
favorite movie?
that's very difficult to say.
It is.
You know, because I've done so many, and it's hard to pick because I've done many great ones. And since I love the industry so much, and you know, it's very hard to pick. There's been many ones that I could say were my favorites.
You know why?
Well, John, do you like features or Gonzo? Sorry.
I honestly, I prefer Gonzo a lot
Really?
more. Yes. Features I do like some, but mainly I prefer Gonzo.
Okay.
Because you just get in, get done.
Get out.
Well,
get
yeah,
your
because
check,
you
go to
can
the next
focus
set.
pretty much on, you know, having great sex with great energy. Whereas, you know, sometimes when you do features, especially back in the day, you'd be there for 12, 14 hours, and then you'd start sex at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
by that time, everybody's exhausted. The girl's
Right.
exhausted. You know, you're tired and everything. And the
Right.
sex scenes sometimes wouldn't come out as good as if, you know, you were to do it when you're fresh and full of energy.
I never understood why they did the sex at the end. I agree completely. The other thing is, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to speak for John, different films have different great memories.
Yes.
Like,
Good answer.
the first time I ever was with a girl, ever in my life, was with Ginger Lynn on Golden Blonde. That will always
That's
be
a
one of my
classic.
favorites
That's a
because it was the
classic.
first time I had ever been with a girl sexually in my personal life or on film. So that will always be special. Another one that I did, Dr. Desire, with Billy D and Steve Drake.
Billy D.
That will
Wow.
always
That's a
be
name from the past.
another special memory because it was the first time I was ever with two guys in my life. So different films hold different memories for different reasons. I've got like a dozen that were, whether they were first times for me, it happened to be on film. The first time I ever did an interracial scene was sexy in 1985. Like, first time things that I did on film will always be some of my favorite films because it was safe. You were in a very safe, controlled environment. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go to a bar and pick up, you know, whatever. You went to set,
Right.
you knew everybody, you knew you were safe, you knew it wasn't going to get out of control.
I didn't go to the Rainbow Bar and Grill parking lot at 1:30 in the morning looking for pussy. Yeah.
Well, I did do that a few times, but I usually went to the bathroom though. A little more comfortable.
Oh!
The 90s were fun.
Yes.
Oh.
they sure
A
were.
lot safer. Who the fuck knew what MGen was in the 90s?
No. I think they just made that word up like a couple of years ago. MGen. Never knew.
I
what
think
that was.
the adult industry in the 90s was probably the best.
I
Do you watch
loved
a
it.
lot of movies from that period?
Yes, I do.
Wow. Okay. Good for you.
They were cute productions. I
There's
loved
a lot
it.
of young people that don't do that. I mean, they consider something that we did in 2021 as the old
Outdated.
Yeah. married in 2021? Wow, it's surprised you're not in a wheelchair now. Oh, fuck, yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
James,
nice
that
catching up.
pasta looks really good.
That what?
That pasta you made looks really good.
It isn't it? Yeah, it's a bolognese. Again, you can just get the penne pasta, and then you get the bolognese sauce. But I got ground beef, and I added in the mushrooms, and I added in the caramelized onions, and then just the garlic and the olives, and that whole thing. You mix that all up there, and then you just let it sit covered for at least a good 45 minutes. So you let all the spices and the flavors and stuff permeate into that pasta.
And in 2028, it'll be in his recipe book.
I would definitely buy your recipe for James.
Okay, my foodie here. Okay, thanks, Jason. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for calling in.
Okay. All right, back to the news. Angelica Good, Raina Katana, and Olivia Wood star in the new limited series from TransAngel titled Clandestine Liaisons. And that's part of the TransAngel line, and that's premiering on March 21st. XBiz Miami is May 19th and 22nd, and the XRCO Awards will be in Hollywood on May 24th. We are giving away 2 free tickets for fans. Write in now to insidecontest@gmail.com. Put in XRCO contest in the header, and you might be picked. All right, we have another call. Hello, caller. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Good evening, James, Christy, and John. This is a guy from the mountains of Pennsylvania.
Oh, my God, Guy.
Wait,
it's nice
Guy?
to hear from you. Guy used to call into the show all the time. Very nice guy. Good, great
It's been a
fan.
long time.
Yes. Guy, how are you? What do you think of our guest tonight? God, my God, we've got John
Well,
Strong.
all my questions tonight are for John.
Oh, good. Well, then go away, my boy.
I'm here for you.
I have 3 questions for you, if that's all right, sir.
Sure.
First question is, with your so many industry credits, which did you find to be more difficult to do, performing or directing?
Ooh, great question.
Good question.
That is a good question.
Do you have a good answer?
Yes, I do. You know what?
Okay.
I like both. Definitely, I like performing and I like directing. And all I can say is that sometimes directing is easier and sometimes it's harder. And same thing with performing. Sometimes performing, depends on what set you're on, can be a little more difficult. So it all depends on the situation and on the set.
Okay. My
I
next
got a
question for you is,
I gotta ask him, piggybacking on yours, Guy, and then I want to hear your other 2. What percentage, without naming names, what percentage of talent are hard to work with? For whatever reason. Stuck up, I'm better than everybody, is it 10%, 100? Like, what is the percentage these days? Like, in the 90s, everyone was fucking cool.
Yeah, that's a good question. Nowadays, there's definitely more of that than there used to be in the 90s.
The
for sure.
egomaniacs, yeah.
Definitely a different era.
Right.
It's hard to say, about the percentage, but there's definitely more than there used to be in the 90s.
Okay, and with this many performers, it's not uncommon. Okay, go on, Guy. Didn't mean to cut you off.
it's all good. My second question for John is, taking into consideration the regional foods and the regional scenery, where is your favorite place in Europe to do shoots?
I would say my favorite place to do shoots in Europe is Prague, Czech Republic.
And why?
Okay.
Because, first of all, it's a beautiful city.
Yes, it is.
Very porn friendly.
Yes, it is.
And most of the girls from all over Europe go there to shoot.
I believe Porno Dan's over there shooting.
Yes, he lives in Budapest, and he shoots, all over Europe. Yes.
So like we in the United States would go to the grocery store and get bread and butter and eggs. He goes to the grocery store and gets the girl I'm going to shoot on Tuesday, the girl I'm going to shoot on Wednesday, and the girl I'm going to shoot on Thursday. And her mother.
Stepmother.
And her stepmother, yeah. Next question.
All right, my last question for John. If you ever got the opportunity to perform a scene or direct a scene with Anita Bellini Berlusconi, and you got to write the script, where would you choose to shoot it at, and what all would you include?
Good question.
Where would I? And what was the last one?
What all you would include, genre-wise?
Well,
I have to think about that.
I gotta think about that one. Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, maybe that's going to have to be one of your projects for the future then.
Right.
There you go.
Definitely.
Now, who
Definitely.
is she? I don't know. Is she a current performer?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's very
For many
hot.
years over in Europe.
Yeah, she's very,
Who is
very
it?
hot. Anita Berlucci?
What a great name.
Bellina Berlusconi.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm Jewish. I got an accent. Okay. Sorry, I'm from Queens.
Well, I thank you all for taking my call. It's good talking to you again, James and Christy. John, it's a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank
Everyone,
you.
have a great night.
Likewise.
You
Thank
too,
for calling in.
sweetheart.
Have a great one.
All right. What? Passover is coming up. Of course I said shalom, shalom. Okay. Now, on with what you must watch. Combined by our great friends at the mall.sexy. Remember, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The mall has it all. Here's some recommended movies you should watch when you go to the mall.sexy, including Anna Claire Clouds. I love this gal. She's so cool. And Isaiah Maxwell in Naughty Neighbors. Oh, and my buddy Violet Myers, who's going to be over here recording some new stuff for Duke's Dolls for us next month.
She's adorable.
She is so adorable and the nicest person on earth. Oil for Day 6.
What am I, chopped liver?
Charlotte's. You're the best. Oil for Day 6 with Zach Wilde, Charlotte Sins, and the delicious little Katie Cush. Willow's Room with, of course, Willow Ryder, Ricky Johnson, and again, Anna Claire Clouds and Amina Green. And the career perspective this week, our dear friend Raylene. One of the prettiest women in the 90s hardcore. Did you ever work with her, John?
Raylene, yes, I did.
Wasn't
Yeah.
she gorgeous?
She's great.
What
Yeah,
about
she
her?
still
woman.
is. She's a career perspective
Oh.
this week. So some of the movies you could watch with her include Here's Raylene, Interview with Raylene, and Mother Suckers 2. And what is this here? In 1998, she signed with Vivid Video and is sure to follow in the traditions of other Vivid icons such as Christy Canyon and Ginger Lynn, with erotic performances that etch themselves onto your brain and your penis for eternity.
She was beautiful. She started out as a dancer at the
Yes.
Spearmint Rhino in Rialto, California.
Yes. And she took some time off. She got into real estate, I believe, and she made a little comeback for a minute and then went back to doing the real estate. Now she's winning all these real estate awards.
Good for her.
Good for her. But you know, she came back, and we were talking earlier. My buddy Eva Angelina took the time off, became a firefighter for a while, then came back, and now she's under contract over at Vivid. There's
John, have you ever taken time off
yes.
and then come back like
Took
all
the
of us
words out of
girls
my
do?
mouth. Yeah.
No, you know what? I never took time off.
What's
Wow.
the longest amount you've taken off, like to travel, or I mean,
Or
a
do
month,
you travel?
a week?
You know, I would say maybe 2 weeks.
Wow. And do you put your testicles and shaft on the ice pack? Because, I mean, I imagine all that friction. I love to love you, baby. I mean, it must burn yourself raw.
You know what? There's been times, yes, where definitely the cock have gotten raw from working a lot, but
And then he throws himself into a snowpack and he goes, ah, and steam is coming out.
And then he's
you
like,
know.
"I'm back. All right,
Yes.
girls.
All right,
I'm
I'm back.
I love women, so you know,
Yay!
I never worked a day in my life.
Right, exactly. That's the kind of job, whatever it is, porn or whatever. That's
Yes.
you got to wake up and be like, I get to go to work today. This is so cool. Now, throughout your amazing career, what is one of your favorite sex scenes to shoot? Like when I was working, I love Two Guys and Me. Right? I loved Two Guys. I loved them all, but my favorite was Two Guys and Myself. From a male point of view,
Right.
what is your favorite scene? Type of scene.
Type of scene, obviously, it would be a gonzo scene. Of
Okay.
course. And the best scenes, of course, are probably one-on-one or 2 to 3 girls.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So it's kind of like mine, but mine
Yes.
are 2 guys, yours are 2 girls.
Right.
I like it with 2 girls because when I fall asleep, she's got somebody to talk to. Okay, John. There's a lot of fans out there that are going, "Gee, I sure wish I could fuck like Mr. Strong." What is some advice you would give them? And why pirates are calling in about that, I don't know. But yeah.
Well, you got to be in good shape.
Important, yeah.
You got to take good care of yourself. and
Yes.
You got to be, very horny person and really love women.
Yeah. Yeah. If you get up and the first thing you think about is sex, and right before you go to sleep, you think about sex, when you're driving to work and back from work, you're thinking about sex, maybe you should go see a psychotherapist. But
get
you
into
probably
porn.
get into porn.
Yes.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Yes.
Christy Canyon, same
Yes.
question for you. A young gal that wants to have sex like an adult film star at home. What would you tell her?
My advice has always been, and I can't imagine it changing, don't do anything that you're not comfortable with.
Oh, good.
Don't do anything, like, okay, for instance, I don't do anal sex. Never been my thing in my personal life. Never did it on film. I think I haven't done ass sex in 20 years, and I think I was drunk. And I was
Did
like,
you before?
No, but I never did anything in my 40 years on and off camera. I take a lot of retirements. I never did anything that I wasn't comfortable
Wait
with.
a minute, let me make sure I'm getting this right. You, in your entire life, you've never had anal sex?
Maybe 3 times.
Really?
Yep, and it's usually
Wow.
when I was maybe a little inebriated. May have been that time of the month, and I was like,
Was it
just
with a
stick
guy or ginger with a
Yes.
strap on?
No, never with a strap on. But I have to know the guy very well, and
Yeah.
you can't have a huge one, like 5-6 inches. I'm
Be
not
like
that into anal
Stewie.
sex.
Damn it, Brian, give me some lube.
But-
I'm anally fucking Christy.
So my advice is don't do anything that you don't feel comfortable
Yes.
with.
Amen.
And sometimes it happens, I don't know anymore, the early millennium, girls would get to the set and they'd be like, oh, I have, 3 girls I'm going to work with. And then they get there and director's like, well, actually you got like a 10-man anal gangbang. You remember those stories?
Boy.
And the girl's like, it hurt. I'm like, why the fuck did you stay? There's no one holding a weapon to your head. Like, get
Yeah.
out of there. It's not
Yeah.
worth whatever money you're going to make because you're going to be fucked up. There was a time in the early millennium where the longevity of a porn star in front of the camera was 6 months because they would burn those girls the fuck out. And they were like, it was not what they bargained for.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
John Strong, have you ever used sex toys in scenes? And which ones did you like, if you did?
Well, I've never used any sex toys on myself.
Well, no. Well, I mean, like,
Sleeve?
what's- Yeah, the pocket.
Fleshlight.
Yeah, like the fleshlight thing.
No, I've never used any of those.
Okay, interesting. You've never tried them off camera?
No.
Oh,
Honestly,
interesting.
I never have.
What
Wow.
about you, James? Have you?
Oh God, are you kidding? I got one waiting for me in the other room. And she's on the clock. I better get back in there. Da 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 da. Huzzah!
No.
Huzzah!
In your personal life, I love being able to talk to you, like a man's point of view.
Yes.
In your personal life, when you have sex, no cameras, no sea lights on the girl's pussy. Cunt light, remember? Because we're all so fucking
Yeah.
hairy at the day. And is it different in your personal life than it is on camera for you as a man?
You know what? Yes and no. Yes, in a way where I don't have to worry about, opening up for the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and be aware of a time, let's say, because some directors are very particular, and they'll say, okay, we want so many minutes of this, so many minutes of that.
Right.
So here I can just do my thing and
Right.
really get into the girl, and and enjoy myself, and make sure the girl is enjoying herself and everything, and just concentrate on that. And then sometimes it happens where you really have good chemistry on set with a girl, and then it sort of becomes almost like something you would do in your personal life because there's, you know, like a really good connection. You know what I mean? So I think connection is very important.
That's a
on
good
camera as well. So that's why, you know, I always try to establish a good connection with the girl because every girl is different, and you gotta, you know, find a different approach to every girl.
Right.
Because to me, I personally get off on seeing a girl get off. So the more of a good time the girl is having, the
That's why
more
he's
it's
number
turning me on.
Yeah.
You know,
Right
so,
on. Right on.
So I'm just taking notes.
John, Christy just mentioned about that sea light.
Yes.
You remember back in our early days, they were filming like practically with the big beta cameras, right?
Right.
And they used to have that little light on the top. So I had a fan that wrote in and said, "Did you ever get your balls burnt by that light? Because it would come in from underneath."
No, never have.
Wow, lucky you.
Never have, yes. And I've had that sea light pretty close to me because
Yeah.
See,
you know,
like they would know
yeah.
what it is in today's world.
yeah, I mean, you know, like you held, you know, somebody would be behind the cameraman with a sea light, and when the camera got in close, the sea light would be right there.
And if
Yeah.
I recall, it was like a long pole with
Yeah.
a big, like
Or
fluorescent
it
light.
was attached on top of the
Yes,
camera.
yes.
I think
yes.
they
So
had
the
it
guy was
all.
like coming in underneath. The scabs are finally healing up from that scene I did in 1999. Hello?
Oh my
That
god,
was painful.
it
All
was
right.
crazy.
All right, John Strong, what are your social media handles, please, buddy?
Social media handles. Instagram is John Strong Official, and Twitter is John Strong, John with 2 N's.
Ah, okay. With 2 N's.
And what about your OnlyFans?
My OnlyFans is John Strong.
With 1 or 2 N's?
Good.
OnlyFans is with 1 N.
Okay.
Because he tried using it with Jean-Claude Van Damme and nobody was going on there, so he went back to John Strong. It was so much easier. I'm glad you took my advice.
Right.
Yeah. But fantastic we got John Strong on tonight.
Yay!
Thank
What
you.
took so long?
He's been busy. And I mean, he squeezed us in
Yes.
in between shoots. Because he's doing, you know, another scene right after this.
Are you?
With you.
No, we're not working tonight.
Oh, I thought you were working tonight.
No.
Okay, Christy, what's your social media handle?
Tomorrow night. Instagram. The real Christy Canyon, 1-1, I think. I have a verified check mark, and
Yes.
if I only have like 80 followers, chances are that's not me. My Twitter is Christy Canyon 11, which is also my OnlyFans. Christy Canyon 11. And James Bartley, what are your handles?
Well, thank you for asking.
Of course.
At James Bartolet, at James Bartolet 9 on Instagram. OnlyFans.com/James Bartolet. And I'm bringing back the old Sugar Daddy series that I started many years ago with Maya Hill. Good God,
I don't remember
her?
that name, no.
Yes, gorgeous. Another Russian girl.
Yep.
So, and then filming some stuff this weekend and next weekend. So we're bringing all of that back. Go to Tubi and you'll be able to see Scissors, our mainstream horror movie that we have some adult stars in it. Also, Murder Motel will be coming up in the next month and a half. That'll be on Tubi as well. That's with some adult stars in it, including myself, Misty Stone, and Priya Rai. And Hitchhiker Massacre, that's on the Tubi as well. And we have some great new animated projects coming up on Duke's Hardcore Honey, so go and look for that. You can check out Rapunzel parody that Christy and Alec Cole and I did called Tangled Triple
I
X.
love that. That was the first time I met her, and I adore her.
And it was so fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. It's an animated tale with a twist. You're going to love it. But there's a lot of great stories coming up, so go and look for that. Christy is fantastic, and you're going to love the animated version of Christy.
Interesting. I want. You know who else you should have on soon? Because they just released. I don't know the details. Palmer told me. It was just released. Seika has a new documentary.
That's
out.
right, Seika. Well, I thank you for remembering that.
Yes.
Congratulations to our dear friend Seika. Her documentary is out now. Congratulations, Seika. And then also before we go, I just want to remind you again, there is a fundraiser for T.S. Jessica and Jessica Fox. She just had some surgery done, and she's got a it's like a GoFundMe, but this thing is set up there. You can go and send some money to her through onlyfans.com/tsjessica_Fox. Okay, so go and please
What
support.
was her surgery, if you don't mind my asking? Or is
was
it
just
private?
No, it's just some cosmetic stuff.
Oh,
she
okay,
had done.
okay.
Just some cosmetic things. So yes, that's very good. Happy early birthday to Misty Stone. Her birthday is next week. We won't be doing a live broadcast here on Wednesday, but Priya Rai and Misty and myself will be doing a broadcast next week from Disneyland.
God, how fun.
And we'll put that up there for you kids to watch us over there at Disneyland. So a lot of fun. Then we'll be back that first week of April with a lot of stars coming on. In fact, we're doing 2 live shows that day.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is amazing because we've got so many guests coming on. They're all backed up. Yeah, they're coming on.
I love tonight. Can I just tell you, I've been on your show 100 times.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever done one like this.
Well,
I'm the belle of the ball.
Yeah, well, you are the belle of the ball.
Usually I have to share this, but no, I'm kidding.
And I'm
but I like
so
it.
glad that I connected you and Mr. Strong
So
together.
am I. So am I.
Because-
You're so cute. Like, I'm like all over you. I hope you don't have a girlfriend that's going to be like, who the fuck was that Christy Canyon?
Yes.
All over
Oh,
my man.
it's going to be a good scene with those two coming up. Yeah, we want to see that. All right, till next time, I'm James Bartolet.
Christy Canyon.
John Strong.
Good night and
Good night.
Good
All the
sex.
best.
Turning heads and breaking necks. Bold tees, sweatshirts, and hats that show off your attitude, your style, and your sense of humor. Want something that stands out? Wear what's hot right now. Custom tees featuring today's sexiest performers. It's the only way to show the world who's really on your mind. Skyhawk After Dark, because you're too damn good to blend in.